Hey, mediocre tutorials. Hey, Melanie King. Hey, lead attorney. How many of y'all who were so desperate to get her approval, so desperate to get next to white mommy, that you willingly sold out your souls and what little integrity or character you may have had left in order to get a pat on the head from her? All this time telling people about integrity and why that matters, and it seems a lot of folks are just used to letting snakes snuggle up right next to them here. And now exactly what I predicted it was going to occur the whole damn time has come to pass. I warned everyone a long time ago about some of these carpetbaggers and culture vultures. I even said, you know what, if some of these Kevin Samuels listeners who have spent their whole time sitting up here with no integrity, you're going to turn around and they're going to be led by a white woman one day. And sure enough, that's come to pass too. Well, guess what here, folks? There are a lot of folks who were sitting up here for the longest time butt kissing and being groupies. They were unassuming and unthinking. And now that these white carpetbaggers have reached a big enough number, now they're starting to bare their fangs. But then again, they were bearing them the whole time. Folks just didn't want to see it there. And now they've decided to trot out a format change. So they built their audiences, ostensibly speaking, to and about black folk and black issues and black culture. But now that they want a format change, it's 180 degrees diametrically opposed to where they started. And a lot of folks who've been lapping up behind them like dogs are looking pretty foolish right now. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with Just Pearly Things, she basically is a little white girl who made very few bones about the fact that she just saw this as something she could make money off of, and she has been an interloper into it ever since. She has no connection to black people of the black street whatsoever. I warned people about this from day one, and a bunch of folks tried to ignore that. I didn't hear too many people here talking about how Just Pearly Things did an interview a couple of weeks ago with Nick Fuentes. Now, for those of you who are not familiar with the alt-right, or if you're so brain-numbed that you don't remember the alt-right riot in Charlottesville, Virginia, then you don't know that Nick Fuentes is one of the notorious right-wing white supremacist personalities who was there. And Just Pearly Things felt like, well, this would be a wonderful person for her after all this time and all these years. All of a sudden, she wants to hold an interview with him. Not a debate, an interview. I wonder what she would say about, being a Karen. I wonder what she would say.
Dangerous and hateful and anti-Semitic and blah, blah, blah. Never talk to me again. The whole crew blocked me on Twitter, stopped talking to me. And then I got a call from my boss at RSBN a week later, this guy, Joe Seals, and he says, Cassie has been calling me every day for the last 2 weeks saying that I need to fire you because you're racist and you're an anti-Semite. So not only does she cut off the friendship and blacklist me, but then she starts calling my boss.
She Karen'd you, huh?
Yeah, it's for real.
Yeah. Was she white?
Yeah.
Yeah, we are the best Karens.
Yeah,
we do Karen it better than anyone else.
That's true. Yeah, that's not sure that's like something to be proud
Wait
of.
for
It
it.
kind of is though, actually. I'm actually in a way kind of like pro Karen.
Karens are needed. I'm not saying like sometimes we're in the wrong, but I honestly think like Karens are the ones that do the shit that no one else wants to do. Now, you might have been on the negative end of the Karen stick, right? But they all probably wanted you fired or wanted you blacklisted, right? Karen's just the one that did it.
Yeah, that's right.
So from my point of view, if the guy next door is having this loud party and I'm the one that goes and complains, everyone wanted it to stop.
That's right.
I'm pro Karen.
I am too.
So all of you Negroes talking about the Karens calling the police on you and the little black kids at the swimming pool and calling the cops on you. She's pro Karen. You know, the guys She couldn't just say the black guys. The guys next door playing the music too loud. I'm the one who calls the police. I'm the one who calls the police. I was warning you all about this chick from day one. And because there is just a white butt-kissing gene in so many people, when I warned about this chick from day one and said she doesn't even need to be let in the neighborhood, much less let in the front door, I said that then, and a bunch of Negroes sitting up here talking about, well, don't worry, she got a pass from Kevin and Fresh and Fit. They say she aight. All right. Bunch of Negroes trying to be social climbers. Next thing you know, you gone and she's here and she is building the white supremacist institution right in front of your faces. Well, let me tell you right now, your girl didn't cut you no slack. She cut you no slack whatsoever. I wonder what Miss Pearly thinks of African immigrants versus black Americans, specifically descendants of slaves, foundationals. I wonder what she thinks of that.
Because in my head, see, I hire people from Africa, right?
Right.
Shout out Blessing.
Yeah.
And I just see like the work ethic of people that are like not from America, and they often work harder than the people that are from America. So in my head, it's like, wouldn't it help us economically if we had more, like, if they had a certain like mindset in order?
Well, I told you were gonna get your hearts and your feelings and your souls broken. There's no way you can defend her now and sit up here and say you cool with it. She just outright told you, well, they work harder than, people. Now, you know she means black. I like my African immigrants. They work harder than, people from America.
And it would make my job easier too. Like, because I'm thinking of me, you know, I'm a woman, a selfish perspective.
Yes.
Like if immigration would be easier, it'd be easier to get some of my employees from England to the US.
Yeah. Yeah. And, you know, and there's economic arguments, and we could go there for a minute. I agree.
Yeah. Yeah. Those are the Negroes that she likes. She likes black servants. She can't even be coy about it in the presence of another white person. She starts letting the real thing come out. She starts getting very, very honest and open about it. She's always pretending she's stupid. She's not stupid. She just pretends to be stupid until you ask the right question. Then she becomes a full-blown Fox News host. I wonder if it could get worse. Yeah, it can get worse. Jason, let us breathe. Nah, for the boot-licking coons who are supporting this all this time, no, you don't get to breathe. We're going to skip forward a little bit more because I want Fuentes to set up this next part. I want Nick Fuentes here to set up the next thing you're going to hear.
You know?
So that's why they call you a white supremacist.
That is why they say that.
Because you feel like by changing the entire demographic makeup of a country, it's going to completely change the country. The same way if in Poland they switched it out with Nigerians, it would be a completely different country.
Exactly, yeah. How do you feel? Well, I don't want to get you in trouble, but I mean, did you think that makes me a white supremacist to say that?
No, that kind of makes sense, like what you're saying.
Well, do you now remember what I've always taught you all? If you want to know what black people think, let a white person ask. Well, you know what? If you want to know what a white woman thinks, let a white male ask. And you heard what he just said. Well, yeah. Do you think I'm a white supremacist? Well, no, actually, I kind of understand why you're saying that, Mr. Alt-Right Charlottesville. Now, understand, this next part here is rather crucial because once she starts going, she ain't gonna stop.
Personally, I'm trying to get my Africans in America, so we're not gonna support that. Look at, please make it easy for me to immigrate next year.
Well, I will say, hey, they are more industrious than American blacks.
Get Blessing in.
He can stay.
Well,
did you hear that? Well, they are more industrious than American blacks. Cause if you thought you heard the worst, no, you ain't heard the worst yet. All of her supporters, I'm going to let this play here so that this goes in context, so nobody can say I took it out of its context. Tell me, how do you explain away this?
One way.
Yeah.
And America being one. That was when more immigration happened and the culture, we sort of lost the culture.
Yeah, because the lesson of World War II, based on the horrors of the Holocaust, is like, this is what happens when nationalism goes awry. This is what happens when nationalism goes too far.
But your argument was the Holocaust was not special and all countries have done that.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
so you're saying, why is the Holocaust special?
Yeah, basically.
Oh. Okay, what do you mean, basically?
Well, yeah, I mean, because of course, we're getting into the details of it, but yeah, that's the gist.
Yeah, I mean, but you kind of deny it happened.
I denied some of the parts of it.
You deny parts of it don't seem realistic to you. You think they were embellished upon.
I think they're embellished, yeah.
The same way. This sounds, oh gosh.
Oh boy.
They're going to be in trouble. This sounds similar to the slavery stuff too, because that's literally the founder of, or the guy who made Roots said, I wanted a myth for my people to live by. So they often, but that's what they do, is they embellish, and I'm not trying to say it wasn't horrible, it was.
Right.
But they want to make it like more horrible so that they can control people.
Now, though, that's her in her own words. So how do you explain away that one? Somebody tell me right now. Hey, mediocre tutorials. Hey, Melanie King. Hey, lead attorney. How many of y'all who were so desperate to get her approval, so desperate to get next to white mommy, that you willingly sold out your souls and what little integrity or character you may have had left in order to get a pat on the head from her, in the desperate hopes of appearing next to a white host, even though they are openly mocking black people, and you hoping it's gonna get you just a few more subscribers so you won't have to go back to Five Guys and get a real job? Come on down here and explain this now. After she done built herself up, now she gets to come get with the alt-right so she can say, you know what, I've been sitting on this for all of these years trying to get my money straight. Now that the money is right, I'm gonna let you know exactly what I think of you. And not surprisingly, she didn't just go to something that was just a little questionable. She went full-blown alt-right. She went full-blown Richard Spencer. She didn't just start doing that a couple of days ago. She been like that